Hey guys, my name is Cidiac and welcome back to another episode of FoolsTown here in City Skylines 2, where we're now just kind of hovering slightly over the brand new area that we built last episode. It's absolutely massive. And we had some issues, we had some problems, and we had a lot of fun, and it turns out that we've got more problems than anything else. Huge problems, in fact. The city is slowly crumbling right before our eyes right now, and we are now experiencing a whole huge, massive amount of traffic. And that's solely because, look at the traffic right now backing up through here. That's solely because there's only really one entry point into whole of this area, which today we're going to add some more on. Now, what I did last episode was I kind of extended the grid format. I brought a subway line in right now, which you can kind of see with the green goes underneath and then zooms back out. We have the train line tearing through, which I fixed the cargo trains not using the bypass route by setting some waypoints. That kind of seemed to fix it all. I don't have any passenger routes just yet, but we'll get onto it. But one of the big problems that we was experiencing was air pollution. I've since had to move a few things over here because the air or the wind blows over in this way and the pollution slowly disappeared, guys. So these guys can stop complaining, hopefully, and abandoning their buildings. It was bad. It was bad. It's like you felt like you were making progress and then BAM! 20 steps backwards, boy. Get back in your lane. So we got a lot of expansions to do today. We got a lot of stuff that got to get set up to make this area functional. Now we need to add a bunch of services buildings to it, like police stations, hospitals, schools, and all that kind of jazz, because they have nothing. It's almost like they're isolated over here. So we're going to create a couple more highway connections and make it really easy for them to get in and out of the area. Stop this traffic right now, but at the same time we are going to experience a lot of traffic because we've literally from last episode we've gained nearly 10,000 more residents, which is ridiculous. A ridiculous amount that we've now gained, which means so many more people are moving into the region, which means so many more people are now driving vehicles, using public transport, walking around the mean streets, which is causing traffic issues here, there and everywhere throughout our whole city. Now, do not worry. It is technically rush hour, so we should be able to kind of get through this at some point, but we're going to solve a lot of problems. So, if you are enjoying the series, smash that like button down below, and if you are new around here, make sure you do subscribe so you get notified when more episodes do come out. So I think first thing I'm going to do is build an additional highway connection. Now, I'm going to build one here, which is going to lead into this 8-lane road. Now, they might all start using this one over going around there, but for some people, it makes more sense to go over here. We've got to connect the highway back up, so I'm going to have to reposition this old trumpet right now, so we can start getting vehicles going this way, as opposed to just filtering all the way through here. And I want to set up, I'm going to keep this in, but I want to set this up to have a road tearing through the edge of the riverbed. I want to try and use it as like a key wall kind of style road, and then we can then filter all these lanes in our grid to the end of this to kind of add the finishing touches ever so slightly. So with all those things added in, it should really help us out with the traffic issues that we're going to be experiencing and what we are currently experiencing. So we need to build something here. Now I'm thinking, oh, I don't know. Are we going to access this area to do something with it? I mean, okay, I've got an access point down here. The highway is going to kind of come in and end anyway. These roads might pass over in general. Yes, I feel like we probably will. But at the same time, I feel like I need to slightly adjust a lot of this area as well. Now, we have this roundabout, which is going to go into the road bending down this way. This will try and stick a trumpet in. I wonder if instead of making my own, can the pre-made one work for us? Where is it? Where's the trumpet, baby? There it is. So spin this right round. Now, the only problem is with this one, if I get it just right, like that, I have to then bend it in. Whereas this going over, I can make it a straight road and then do my own stuff. Yeah, we'll build it ourselves. Now, it is an 8-lane road, which is completely overkill for what I need. But then again, there might be something I can do to enable me to also continue going over the area. So if I brought this out to at least to this point here first, I could raise it up so it's up by 10. Bring it up and over, right? And then kind of then drop it down to continue. So you still get the 8-lane road kind of fashion, but maybe we can kind of do something off this, like a yin and yang trumpet, as I like to call it. I mean, nobody else calls it that, only your boy. But maybe that's something that we can potentially implement, the old yin and yang. Right, let's see what we can do here then. So if I go to my highway roads and I go to the... Ooh, do I do a 4-lane to bring 2 lanes on? How much traffic do you reckon we're going to expect from this? We might do a 4-lane. Because everything over in this area just seems a lot bigger in general. So if I just come off here and then do it again. Do I get 2 nodes on that? I do. Perfect. Then if I do the same over here... So come out a little bit and then a little bit more. Do I still get my 2 nodes? I do. So delete you and delete you. Now they're not perfect, but that's going to bend into there. And that's going to bend into there. So there is an actual name for this, but I like to call it my yin and yang. I like to call it the old yin and yang, boys. You'll see why in just a moment. So this is definitely something different to what I would normally build. So if I reduce this down to a 5, and if I go bam to bam, is that too close or not enough? So that there is now down to a 5. So the bend has already happened. And then with our 2-lane roads here, I go straight. There we go, into there, and then bend it to go like that. And if I do this side to bend to go like that, but obviously we've got to flip that one round. Now it does mean that we can pretty much single that into a 1-lane, because I feel like we're going to have more traffic turning off than going straight ahead. I don't know on that one. I could be completely wrong. Now I've got 2 options. I can either bring it straight down, roundabout it, or do some bends. I feel like the roundabout might alleviate the traffic flow a little bit easier, but we will see. Now this is completely overkill. The reason I'm doing it 4 lanes is because it leads into an 8-lane road. you get the gist of it, right? You get the gist of it. So if I go to there, and that then should be bent down to a 5. Is it? Yeah, it has dropped down. And then from this, now this is going to be a little bit more of a tighter bend. There we go. Leading you out, and then obviously flipping you around. And then we'll drop it down to a single road, and we'll just see what happens with it. So I think for now then, what I'll do is I'll bring it in. So the 4-lane highway. Bring it in. And then where does a roundabout situate itself on this? So a medium roundabout. Now, it's either going to cause me big traffic issues, or my old yin and yang boys is going to work out gloriously. So that's just one of many connections, and we will need many connections. So let's just see what happens with this then. It's got the capacity on the roads. It's got a huge amount of capacity on these roads. And just give them time to kind of situate themselves and realize what is now actually going down. Right. So that's just one of many. I now need to connect this area up here. So I'm going to delete all of this. So I'll delete it back to here. There we go. There we go. There we go. And then we'll kind of perform our own little trumpet. And then at least then we can get vehicles coming this way, which then means it will take a little bit of the heat off vehicles all going across here. So just, you know, slightly adjusting and splitting up where the traffic kind of comes from. Because we found out a lot of vehicles do like to use it coming from this way. Where am I looking for right now? I'm looking for a trumpet. So spinning this right round, I might see if I can connect this to here, these roads. So if I bring you to there. Is that too close, do you reckon? Well, the slope's too steep for one. Right, I might have to bring it here and then bend the road over here a bit more. It's probably the better idea, isn't it? It is probably the better idea. So we'll go from there and we'll bend it all in. But let me just first get this all connected in as well. So I should be able to do the parallel. Yes, and that... So coming out straight. There. Oh, I'm not even on bend mode. And then bring you down to earth. And... No. Oh, there we go. I was completely off. So it does go into a 3-lane road, but those 3 lanes are used as slip roads. And I feel like this one needs to be slightly a bit longer. I'll make this one longer as well to kind of match it. But there we go. So back into play mode on that then. It just gives them a... I mean, I know they're still going to be using this junction. But it takes the heat off this road a little bit more. So just little things like that should play a huge difference. Now, this is a cloverleaf. I hate and despise cloverleafs. But the only reason I got it in is just for something a little bit different. Now, they all seem to be backed up there in a traffic jam. I don't know why they're driving so slow here. They all like to stop here. Why are they all choosing to stop there? Is there something happened, or is it a case of that's where they're all brake checking one another? Are they all brake checking one another? I mean, these don't help, my road maintenance vehicles. I get it. They're trying to repair the road. But they don't help at the best of times. They all seem to be doing it here, don't they? Right, I'm going to delete this road here. And then re-add it back in myself. Now, I never built this. This was part of the intersections from the game. So if I go like that, well, they continue to flow. They flow through it a little bit better. Maybe that there was just causing a huge issue, like, the whole time. Are they stopping here, or is it, like, another issue? I feel like they're stopping there as well. Maybe this is just something that we have to think of, like... Or if I build that... Do they flow straight into it? Yeah. Right, we'll see. We will see, boys. We will see. Now, we've got vehicle traffic here turning off to go around to go straight on. It's weird how they don't just utilize, or how we can't set up these 2 lanes to be that turn only. I really would like that in this game. But we're going to have to wait for mods on that one, I'm afraid. We're going to have to wait for mods. So the same thing's happening here. They kind of seem to stagger, don't they? It's really weird. It's almost like we've got to pull it back in to allow them to continue to flow. So that's interesting. So if you ever see a traffic symbol like this, it might be a case of there's a break in the road. Okay. Okay. Right, lots of vehicles are flowing and moving. And are they coming from this side as well? Yes, which we get to see this be utilized a little bit more. So that's quite fun to see. I built that last episode. Lovely jubbly. Right, okay. I think we're now back on it, boys. I think we're now slightly back on it. So we do need to add more in, and I'll add more in eventually, but this is my fear of them all utilizing this, which is not a problem. We did have a big bulk of traffic, so I just wish, I mean, it's only really one lane that can make the left turn, and there's nothing I can do or say here to say otherwise about what lane they need to be in. It's like they should be able to use this right lane to turn left as well. But that's not how the game wants to function. But anywho, There's many things we've got to do still. So for this area then, while we've now gained an extra 10,000 people, we need to add in all the city services. Now, we'll start first with education. We are completely under capacity right now, so we need to add more in. So we'll start with an elementary school. And is it a good idea to add it right at the end here, at the end of the road? I don't think that's too much of a bad idea. We're going to bulk it up by adding the extension wing. And already it's got like 600, nearly 600 students straight in. Nearly 900. Holy smokes. Now I can't get it in there. Why can't I get it in there? Oh, because the path behind. I don't know why I actually put that in. Alright, delete you. Delete you. I think that was when I was kind of trying to design the layouts and stuff. I'll get another elementary school in here. I mean, those kids are going to love learning near the train tracks, right? So that is pretty much filled up already. We got another one in just there right now, nicely staggered out, which should do us some justice. I reckon over here we can get something large in. So would that be a... I feel like we need another elementary school as well. A high school's a decent size, a college, another university. Let's try and get squeeze a high school in first. So I reckon around about here would be a good little shout. So if I drop you there. Now the high school, we need the extension wing on. We need the school library. We'll throw it all on. And we'll put in... Oh, a sports field. I forgot about the sports field. There we go. Feels a bit awkward there now, doesn't it? I might reposition this. Which I can't because now I got to delete it. Damn fools. Right, high school there. Right, let me do the sports field first. No, it's still way too big. Right. Reposition for the 10th gazillionth time. Right, it's going over on this side. Right, reposition. That can now go there. Extension. Extension, baby. It's a little bit too close to that, so I'm going to move it one more time. Just there. Right, there we go. There we go. We're still experiencing traffic? Yeah, we've got to sort this out, because this is not obviously not going to work out very well, is it? Right, if I delete you... If I delete you... Do you know what I'm going to do, actually? Can I delete that little node there? Yes. We are going to now... Actually, no. Is there such things... That's a 4-lane road. Is there such things as a 5-lane road? There is. Right, let me bring this back in. Right, and there's an issue with implementing this by the looks of it. So let me put the roundabout back on. Wait, what road is this? Oh, it was a highway road. Oh, hold on, guys. Roundabout. Wait, no. Now none of it wants to work. Right, roundabout back on there. Let me just get it back to what it was. 8-lane road. Right, we're back in business. So we'll put in the asymmetrical road, which doesn't do... It still doesn't do what I want it to do. 5-lane. I could go 6-lane. But you're only getting one left turn. Right, let me go to the symmetrical 5-lane. If I pull it there, this I shouldn't have to do this. Honestly, I shouldn't have to do this. I shouldn't have to do something like that. It completely defeats the purpose of what we're trying to achieve. because it still filters them all in. You get the odd vehicle that would go, you know, straight ahead. But it defeats the purpose, doesn't it? Now, is it all because of it's a double lane? It just feels really overkill, doesn't it? It just feels really, really overkill. So let me put it back to normal. Right, it's now back to normal. It's just that bit there is the annoying bit. That's all it is. I'm just wondering whether I now change this back to... Or is it because we just had so much backlog, do you reckon? I don't know. Right, we'll leave it for now, because I will get stressed over it. Right, so we've got a couple of elementary schools in. That's filled up. That one's filled up. The high school, not filled up. So we need another elementary school. Now, if I move this for the 10th time, right to the edge, just so I can place a road coming off. And I don't want it to be a 4-lane road. So we'll lead it to about there. And then to bring this down... To wonder if I can then squeeze in 2 more schools. Seems crazy, overkill, but have you seen the population demands in this area for schools? We'll see how we get on with that. Right, once this traffic has departed, if we start experiencing problems again, I'll sort it out. It's only good for 2 lanes if they are wanting to do a right turn to go down into this area, but at the moment there's not really much going on. So that should build up some more demands right there for the schooling. But then again, I'm thinking having it there might not be the best option. And maybe moving these to areas like over here. How many people... Look at that. It just jumps up quite considerably. Right, I'm doing double schools there. No, whoa. Let me get it even. Let me get it at least even. There we go. And see how we get on with that. Right, so in education form right now, we're kind of okay. College and university, we'll have to check over here. So our university right now, it's on the brink. It's slowly getting there. And then our college over here, we've still got a lot of people available to go there. So we can kind of hold out for education for the moment. For the moment, we can kind of hold out. Now, we need to sort out, so if I delete this, a hospital. So where's healthcare? And I can squeeze a decent sized hospital in here. Now, adding on to the building, what's an extension, what's not? You're not an extension. You're not. But the trauma... Oh, none of it is. Okay, I'll leave that there, but I can see myself repositioning it because there might be something bigger that can go there. What's big in terms of the... Oh, it's the police station. Maybe the police station goes there. Right, let me just throw this over here for now. And let me put the police station in. So the police headquarters... Nice. Add some extensions onto it. So this is the extra jails. We've got the garage extension. The helipad. Can I put another set of extra jails? Right, 3 sets of extra jails there. On the police headquarters. Overkill, yes. But for the area it's going to serve right now, completely needed. Completely needed. So, right. We'll now throw this over here. I might as well just put it on this side there. For the hospital. So what are we now missing? Fire. We're missing fire and rescue. Fire station. Not too mahoosive of a building. We got a little bit of coverage over here because it all comes from the highway. So over here would be a better option for us. It's a decently sized building. So that's going to be a little bit too close to the edge. Right, I think what we'll do, I'm going to build the road going down here and then try and situate it around this area. So, the purpose of this road here is to be almost like a key wall leading down. It's a way to turn off at this point as well and fast travel down, which might solve the traffic issues here as well that we're slightly experiencing. It's happening there as well. I can't wait, right, until the mods come and we can then have a mod. Someone's going to build it where we can choose what lanes going what direction. I would like to pick that one to go there, this one to go there, have these two to go straight over. You know what I mean? I just love to do that, so they haven't got to fight over anything. So what I'm going to do here then is I'm actually going to now level out quite harshly a lot of the edging, and then we'll smoothen it, because I want to create, like I said, this key wall kind of system. Alright, trying to get it at the same levels. I know the levels are dropping quite rapidly. And just smooth it all off. And I might turn that into a tunnel. It hits there and straight into a tunnel. Because the road's got to pass through. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. So, these are the issues that I'm going to have. If it's a fast road, they'll all turn off here, drive down here, and that'll be the main entry point to the city. That's what my big issue would pretty much become. Or I could not have this and have the road come out here to turn, and then we highway it down like that, so it becomes a highway for the inner city. Because I feel like, is there traffic problems? Yes. I feel like we're gonna experience a lot of demand coming down this because it's shorter. But there's only really one way to find out, isn't there? Now, we got a lot of traffic problems there, and it's not because of my intersection, it's because them trying to get in. So if I get rid of traffic lights, where applicable, they're all fighting over where to drive right now. So they should slowly get moving. It's just so painful watching them, and I can't do nothing about it because I have no mods. It's just painful watching them trying to do what they've got to do. Right, so highway roads. Now, I'm going to do it as a 2-lane road, but we're going to parallel it. So if I bring this up, if I parallel to the ground, and this will be all part of the fun. This will be all part of the fun of this. And it's not going to be straight. It's not going to be organized. It's just going to have moments where... We'll have moments where we are semi-straight. But then it bends. I can do a little shimmy like that. And then where we get to like a reasonable area where I can make it straight, I'll do it. And there might be some sections where we'd have to fine-tune it. But that's going to run up to there. Oh, I didn't actually take it all the way, did I? The whole point of this is to get up to here. What am I doing? What am I doing right now? Right, this is good. Good stuff already, boys. Good stuff already. And then we'll kind of do something to kind of bring it all together. So that's going to run along the edge right there. And then all these roads are going to kind of commit to connecting to it. So we are now going to have to increase the brush size and smoothen a lot of this off. Smoothing a lot of it off to kind of meet in the middle. So I bulk up like that. Smooth, smooth, smooth. And it might be that I need to also delete bits of the road again to get it all to work, because it's created a slight little bridge there, which we don't really particularly want. I'm trying our best to kind of sort it all out. And then we'll experiment right now with a couple of connections, and we're going to like really trim that all up. So let's start with this one then, because currently this one is digging into the ground. So if I just quickly flatten it all out, as much, well, as good as you're going to get it. And it's our 6-lane road, that. So this, we need to bring it straight from there, so it's all completely straight. Which is there. And like that. That's literally how we're going to do it. What's underneath there that's causing issues? Oh, snap, 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 snap. That was the road that brought in all of our water and sewage. So delete to there for a quick second. Right, there we go. Because then it allows us then to kind of have the grid mess over to it. And I'm hoping with the constant stopping and starting, the AI will figure out that it's not the quickest route, but I don't believe they're that smart. I don't believe they're that smart. So this is going to happen on where I need to kind of now delete a little bit of this. Because of the elevation change. So smoothing this off. Actually, not smoothing it, we'll bulk it out a bit. Which is kind of, might have slightly backfired on me. Oh, maybe because I'm not even on the smoothing tool, that's why. Yep, Zayak. Do your job properly. Right, it's just now finding the right connections now. Right, we'll go to there with that. And then our 8-lane road. Alright, works okay to there. Okay, we can't get this to work. So I delete to there, bring this a little bit further out. Okay, delete you. Delete you. We'll find it, boys. We'll get the perfect match. Alright, there we go. Took a couple of attempts there, but it should work out in the end. We just gotta trim it where we gotta trim it, basically. There we go. Right, that's not glorious here. Let me delete you. Oh, it's snowing! Snow is falling all around us. Right, we'll go like that. Oh, this is going to be really good. I'm actually quite excited for this. So it's just trying to connect every single bit of this now how we want it to. So that straight through there works. Nice. And this one. So this one has a couple of problems. Mainly with the dip that happens. So we'll save that one. We'll save it. Okay, this is a 6 lane. And what's the issues on this then? So we get to there where we can't seem to connect through it. So do what we did earlier, just slightly overextend it, slightly delete it, and then see where we can kind of meet in the middle, which is there. So we weren't too far off, to be honest with you. We weren't too far off, boys. We weren't too far off. Now, there's a couple of vehicles actually using it. And they're using it to go, because it's quicker for them to drive down, I'm assuming, to turn in. Then drive down in that. Interesting. Very interesting. Now, look at the huge backlog. All because of that turn. Now, this obviously doesn't work. This system here does not work. But let's see what happens if I attempt to try and connect this up. So come off you. So that's a 4-lane road. And then we just simply come off it by, if I delete. And which way am I going? I'm going this way, aren't I? Yeah. Lead out like that. Right, if I do it like that, just for now. I'm just going to do it like that for now until I tidy it up a little bit better somewhere else. I want to see how many people utilize this. Now again, this is going to have the same problems when it's only left lane to kind of turn off, but I don't know whether to connect it so soon. Or will they all just continue to drive down anyway? That's what we kind of need to know. So I'll wait for this train to pass through, and I'm probably... Well, I'm first going to get rid of the ditch. We'll first get rid of this ditch. So train's passing through. Pause. Delete. It's not a very nice ditch. But we're smoothing it out slightly. Now, by smoothing it out, can I first initially bring the 8-lane road into it? Right, it's the same as all the other places. You can kind of bring it so far and then that's your lot. Right, to there. Highway. So we've now got to try. And the problem is, it's just dropping down. So if I delete all of this, and we're going to have to kind of flatten it. So flatten it to there, smoothing it. Now if I delete back by a little bit, and then 8-lane road, straight back out again. And then this parallel. Which works out gloriously. So, we'll see what happens then. Oh, we're missing this connection here. Can I get this in? Oh, the trains! Hold on. Sadiak, only doing half a job, boy. You're only doing half a job. Right, for now it's going to be like that. For now it will be like that. So it's just to find out where the issues lie before I can rectify them or just adjust what I'm doing. Right, there we go. They've all now got that connection into that slight little side highway, if that's what you want to call it. Now, obviously, it's going to be a huge pain. We have to now wait for a lot of this traffic to kind of decipher. But this is not it. This connection here, this yin and yang, is not the one. It's not the one. So we've got to figure out a better one. So can we take any inspiration from these? Now we've got overpasses, bit too long. We've got your standard kind of... I mean, it's a variation of this. But I think what I might do is build a big roundabout. Could that be the answer to all your boys' prayers? It's all because it's a single lane to make that turn. All because it's a single lane to make a turn. You would have thought with all these additional lanes, we could have worked something out. But, wrong. You got it wrong. Right. Right. Completely different. So you can't do the left turn. You're forced to go round the roundabout to come back down. Which is not a problem. It's not a problem. But I'm hoping now... I was kind of hoping... if I delete this strip here... that I can have 2 lanes... Hang on, I need to be up first, don't I? These 2 lanes continue into those. And those 4 lanes... It just won't do it, will it? It just won't do it the way that I'm trying to get it done. You know, you can see what I'm trying to do, right? You can see what I'm trying to do. Right, maybe the 7. Maybe a 7 lane. Could slightly help us out. But this is not the junction. This is not the junction. Right, I don't want no crossings. Right, is there traffic lights? There is. I thought I deleted them then. So at least that one left lane has the ability to flow through. That right lane is a merger. So at least it will move the traffic right now. That's the main thing. What's going on here? Oh, good God. Oh. Do you ever get stressed? Because I get stressed. And do we need to upgrade to electric? Apparently it's not enough to connect or do anything about it. There we go. Right, anyway. Right, they all seem to be stopping here again, so we've learnt this. We've learnt this, boys. That if you get rid of it, you delete it and place it back in, it kind of stops that slight little issue. Oh, no. Well, I won't say stops it, but eases the burden. So now we're going to move all these vehicles. We should have a little bit more of a free flow. Now, yeah, it does mean that they can't make that right turn, but there's nothing over there at the minute anyway. But if they really needed to, they could go down to there. I could just build a trumpet here and be done with it, but it's because I wanted to access this area. But they could really access this area via this road here and the highway ending. So I could just build a trumpet to save myself. I mean, the traffic has really now died down. It's pumped a lot of the traffic down here, but I'm hoping with it being so spaced out that they still want to use the alternative routes. I don't know. But the whole point of that was anyway, to build that, was to get my fire station down within this vicinity. So let's now get some 2-lane roads on the scene. We haven't done 2-lane roads in quite some time in this area. So we'll first start then with implementing one at the back of the train station. So we'll go about there and implement you. And then how big is my fire station? It's a decent sized building, nothing too crazy. So we'll go about... So I come down to here, go up by 1. Like that. Lead you in. Delete, delete. And then fire station. I'm going to build it just there. No, I don't want to bulldoze it. Extensions. Garage extension. A training facility extension. We got the disaster response. What does that add on, by the way? In Clats building, looking for survivors. It's quite a big building, isn't it? We'll get 2 of those puppies on. And obviously the helicopter as well. So that adds a little bit more to the area. Can bulk it up a bit more. Now we're up to 115,000 residents. It's a lot of people, isn't it? It is a lot of people. Now what we don't have is any death care within this area. Now I'm hoping I can kind of squeeze some in around here. So we're going to come off a 4-lane road to a 2-lane. And there's 2 types of death care, obviously. There's the crematorium and the cemetery. The cemetery is a decent size that maybe I can squeeze in just here. There we go. And on this side here, I might do a split road down the middle to drop in a crematorium here and here. And we need to add an additional incinerator to both. And then extra vehicles. Add the ice cooler as well, the refrigerator for extra storage. Now it seems like a lot, and it seems a bit out of place. But once we got all the trees planted in, like how it all looks around here, it will look really, really nice. So a lot of the services are now pretty much being placed in. So now we've kind of got rid of this problem and created a new problem. And they're all stopping and starting here. So delete you. I really should do some lane math, shouldn't I? So lane singular. There we go. So if they're going straight on, they know they've got to be on the hard right-hand side of it. So once they've all figured it out then, the traffic should flow a bit better. And hopefully we can stop having this backlog going across the bridge. Holy smokes. I mean, the issue would be next, though, is there's only one left-hand turn. That would be the next issue, but at least the people going straight ahead don't have to be caught up in all that nonsense. At least that's what I think anyway. At least that's what I think anyway. It's all going to backlog here anyway. But a lot of these vehicles want to go straight ahead, so it gives them the opportunity to do so now as well. So yeah, the backlog now happens here. It's all fun and games, boys. It's all fun and games. It's all fun and games. But no stress just yet. No stress no more. So come on, let's calm down. Let's calm down, boy. Let's calm down. So we've got a couple of schools in. So filled up almost. That one's decently. That one's decent as well. We have a high school over here. Not too busy right now, so we're okay. Hospital coverage. We don't really have that many patients at the moment. Policing, doing its thing. Fire. I mean, I should really check it by this, shouldn't I? So for this area, all I'm focused on right now is just this area. The policing is pretty much okay. Medical care, completely fine. And so is the death care as well. It's just a couple of bodies waiting to be picked up, so we have to kind of take some time to kind of collect them. Garbage is fine in the city in general. So policing, okay. Did I do fire, by the way? Yes. Administration, not so great. The welfare and citizen well-being, not too good. So we need to get some of those buildings over here. The welfare office, it's something that I'm going to throw in this area. So if I throw that there, is there nothing that you can extend onto it, is there? No. So we'll leave it just there for now. And we're going to experience a lot of traffic as well. So to be honest with you, I don't know if this road here is the perfect idea, because they're all going to default to utilizing that road because it's technically the shortest route. So it might be a case of where, yeah, I bring this all the way up, but I end it in there, and it's not to be accessed via the highway, which forces them to use other alternatives, which I might do that. I might actually set that up now, because it's going to be a huge burden. It's going to be an absolutely huge burden to my vehicle traffic. I'm going to get rid of this as well and redo this road in general. But it's a nice little shortcut route for easy access for a lot of stuff. I probably will extend this up and over. It might be the overpass, but this is how you turn on and off on this junction because of the capacity of the road. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. They've now all got to go round to enter back on. So they've got to reconfigure themselves. They'll eventually figure it out, boys. They'll eventually figure it out. But we'll see what happens anyway. I like this road. And I kind of wanted to edge this all the way up to be my new key wall. So I'll push it close. Not too close, but close enough. Because I can put like sound barriers on it as well. And we'll smoothen it off. So it doesn't look too ridiculous. Right, let's smoothen. Right, what's going on over here right now? There we go. Smoothen. Alright, smoothing all the bottom first. I wish the landscaping tools were a bit more powerful, because they don't have to take a while to do stuff at certain times. And they don't really work as good as the last game, I find, as well. I don't know if anybody else kind of feels like that, but that's something I've it's like I'm smoothing there, but it's lowering it. Alright, there we go. Now once I've got some trees on it, I do need to kind of smoothen a bit more just to take the harshness off. So let me treat this side as it. So if I kind of did something like that, and then just kind of bulk this back a bit. Actually, it might be better to do it like this. Bringing that out. Bringing the same width out. And then really shaping it like that. Because I can't see what the best way is. That's probably better than what I've done. I can't see what the best way is to get like a key wall effect. If anyone has like a suggestion of the best way to get a key wall, let me know in the comment section down below, boys. Because I can't create anything that good. And you got to come from the bottom. As much as you can. So it's a bit of a pain. I'll be real with you, boys. A bit of a pain. Bit of a pain. But yeah, I think that looks a little bit better, doesn't it? It does look a little bit better. I've got to apply it to the rest of all of this. So has the traffic figured itself out right now? Almost. We'll update this to a 2-lane road as well. So they can utilize it in both lanes. It's a shambles, isn't it? It's an absolute shambles right now. But we'll definitely figure something out. So this is a lot better. I've got to smoothen a lot of this. Well, that's the problem with this. I can flatten as much as I can. But the smoothing tool is not that great. But yeah, it looks a little bit better, a little bit extra. I'll plant a bunch of trees there as well to kind of fill in all the gaps. And that little kind of bypass route will look really good. I'll fix all this side as well for next episode. So no stress, no dramas with that. The backlog of traffic is now gone. Sorted itself out. So I don't think running it into there is the best idea. But again, we've all discovered, we've all seen it right now. We need the ability to choose on high capacity roads multiple lanes to turn right or multiple lanes to turn left. It's like I don't want 3 lanes to go straight ahead and only 1 lane go right. It just sounds weird to me. It's like there's 2 lanes here that are not being used. You can see the line direction. Crazy, isn't it? It is absolutely crazy. So, you know, we won't have to wait for mods and stuff like that. Look at the traffic we've got over here now. Absolutely glorious. But we need more connections over here. We don't really have any additional connections. I need the connection there to access this area. We'll probably need a connection here as well, up to there. And then I might bring this into a connection, because I feel like that's far enough away. That would be okay, because this, you know, it might be quick to drive down here to enter in, and driving all the way down and coming in. Bam, bam, and then you're in. I don't know. We'll see. But we've eased the burden on this side, which is pretty good. We've added a load of the city services in. The elementary schools, are they getting busier and busier now? Almost. So we'll have to keep our eyes on all of that. But this downtown area is going to be absolutely ridiculous. We need more public transport within this area in general, because they're all trying to drive in, but it's not too good. We're fighting. The area's still growing, so there's still initial people moving in. I've got to get the train lines set up as well, so I might set up some passenger lines in the next episode to ease the burden. But until next time, I will see you all soon. So, goodbye.